If you want to understand Brexit and what happened last night, Britain's relationship with the EU, the whole thing, stop. Don't think about that stuff. It's not really about that. This is a global phenomenon. This is a revolt against technocracy and elites telling everybody else what to do. At the end of the day, for the past 20 years, 80% of the people have been told 80% of the time by the top 20% what to do, what to think, and what's good for them. Guess what? They've figured it out. The 20% needs to listen, because if they don't, they're going to find something out. The Hamptons is not a defensible position.
What's up, everybody? I got like five mouses in front of me, and yes, I used the right term, mouses. I got about five mouses in front of me. Some of it is understandable that I have because I'm working another computer just to monitor the stream, and the other one is I am playing some City Skylines. And I know you guys probably are thinking like, "Fuck, what the fuck are you doing on a fucking Saturday night in the house where it's hot as fuck and you're playing City Skylines?" And it's just like, hey, yeah, I'm kind of like tired because I fucking work fucking 50 hours a week. And yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. That's what happened. And yeah, I'm just gonna play some City Skylines. I actually have a mouse for it. So that's what we're doing today. I found this actually easier to play with a mouse, and that's what we're doing today. We're playing City Skylines with a mouse. So let's go ahead and of course I'm playing the PlayStation 4 edition. Let me actually switch over to open. There we go. So I'm playing the PlayStation 4 edition. So if you guys want to actually, yeah. It is fucking hot, and I have the lights on, and it's not fucking cool. So yeah, we're gonna actually go to, where's the mouse? Where's the fucking mouse? There we go. Ah, shit. I'm about to do this. Who's using a mouse? Who's using the mouse? It's not letting me use it. Oh my god. Alright, fuck it. No, fuck that. I want to actually use the mouse. So, let's, switch users. Hey guys, if you want to actually just hop into Discord. Alright, so, yeah, we're going to actually do this. Devices, external keyboard, not controllers. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is what we're doing today. This is the fuck we're doing today. Hold on, guys. Fucking hate when this happens. Hold on. Ha ha! There we go. Oh my god! I doxed myself! Oh my god! I doxed myself! Fuck. Okay. If you don't know, like, that's my real name. And, ironically, because I'm trying to be an artist, you know, an artist that actually does shit, I don't really hide my name. So, anyway. Desert Oasis. I don't have it anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. What the hell is the mouse? Okay. Wood Garden, Twin Four Drawers? What the hell? Oh, you can't do airplane. Alright, I guess Pro Bay. What is this other one? I guess Pro Bay. So I'm actually in Discord. If you actually want to jump in Discord and have a conversation with me. Shit, put it in the wrong ears. Turn that shit down. That is loud. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna be occasionally looking at the chat, so
Can you hear me? I wonder.
I
Oh,
can
there you
hear
are.
you. I can hear you. What's going on?
Just playing Genshin.
What you
Have you
say?
ever played Genshin Impact?
No, I don't. I'm like one of those people that's perpetually got responsibilities and broke. So most of the games I have are free from PlayStation Plus.
I think the game itself is free, but like it's kind of like a gacha game, so you can spend money, obviously.
Yeah, like Smite. Oh shit! This is a stupid looking map. Oh, I am so pissed about this map. Anyway, how you doing today, Thunder?
Pretty good. How about you?
Um, so I always have plans on Saturday to do something productive and shit.
Right.
I end up the very beginning of the day because I'm an early bird. I actually get up, go to the laundromat, and the rest of the day, because I actually fold my clothes. I don't fold it at the laundromat, but I fold my clothes. And the rest of my day is sitting back like chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, I probably should be more productive on a Saturday. But, you know, working 50
Yeah, but
hours
can
a
you
week.
fold a
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can you fold a fitted sheet?
Yeah, of course. I yeah. So one of the things that my parents, both of them, preached to me was independence because they
Right.
said if I don't like their rules, I better learn how to live on my own.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, I've had to learn.
So did you move out when you were like under 18 or?
I was 22. I moved
Oh yeah,
out
you were a bit
with
older than me.
my.
So I was like,
Go ahead.
I was about 21, so you're a bit older than me.
I moved out with my ex,
Oh, okay, right.
and like less than a year later, we were married. But yeah, yeah. The funny fucking thing is like
Mhm.
um, I want to actually, and this is like one of those things that I criticize people about, but I'm fully aware of it. I want to actually have a living, I guess you would call it a nesting partner, but
Right. For a housewife.
oh no, I would never want a housewife at all, at all, because like I don't want the responsibility of having to be the only person as an adult has to relate to. Like I've had my
Oh,
kids.
so you want like a common law spouse. So like someone who does work,
Yeah,
um, but you're not like legally married.
I don't mind being legally married. That's divorce is a motherfucking hard ass thing, but I don't mind being
Hmm.
legally married. But it's just one of those things where it's just like I conventional marriage type shit. It's for
Hmm.
the birds.
Yeah.
Because like, not that I'm somebody that runs around a lot, but like
Right.
being polyamorous is one of those things where it's just like
Oh, okay.
unless people really understand it, they're gonna see it as like, oh, you just want to fuck around. Like, no,
Mm.
that's not how it goes all the time. Anyway, what are you up to this Saturday?
Like I said, I'm just playing Genshin Impact. Just milling about earlier. Was waiting for my dual monitor stand, so I put that together.
See, one of the
Cause I have
things
my. Pardon?
I was gonna say, one of the things that I actually had to do was piece together like equipment to stream and all this other good shit.
Hmm.
I actually have two old TVs that I'm using as a dual monitor,
Hmm.
and it's
Yeah, cause like I got my gaming PC hooked up to my TV right now.
what type of
I should
rig do
I
you
should send
have?
you a picture of my living room.
What type of rig do you have?
Um, well, I got like my laptop and my second monitor, and then I got my gaming PC, and like that's hooked up to my TV with like my Switch and my PlayStation 4. It's kind of like disorganized in a way.
No, I actually understand your setup because that's close to my setup. So I actually have. I'm currently living in a three-bedroom apartment. Well, two
Nice.
and a half bedrooms, and the half bedroom I can effectively use as a office, but basically no. I actually live in my front room, not like a neckbeard
Mhm.
nest,
Yeah.
because I keep it clean because single, and I want people to actually come over and enjoy themselves. But
Right.
I literally have my so right ahead of me I have my PlayStation 4 in front of me. Then to the left of me, I actually have my monitor, my computer, and my old computer that I have is hooked up to the same TV my PlayStation 4 is hooked up to. So yeah.
Mm. Are you getting a PS5 or?
Um, first there has to be more PS5 supplied. Secondly,
Yeah, that's true.
secondly, to be honest, quite honest, um, when I start going back to able to go to conventions and shows, then I'll probably get a PS5
Mm.
because as of right now, that shit ain't happening. And it's kind of sad because it, I'm somebody that actually likes science. I really
Right.
like science and I trust scientific shit. But hard science and social science, those are two big gaps. And to
Mm.
think that there are going to be motherfuckers who already was like, I don't want to have to wear a mask, they're going to actually actively either say that, of course I'm vaccinated, so I don't have to wear any masks without being vaccinated.
Oh, so you did get the vaccine?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for a day, but like I don't mind wearing the mask. I mean, like
Mhm.
we already know the government has facial recognition software, however shitty it may be, and yeah, if they don't have to see my face, while I'm out in public, obviously on the
Right.
street, I'm all the wiser. Like I don't really fucking care.
Mhm.
But methinks that with the transition to a lot that a lot of states are trying to do to completely open back up without any mask mandates, it's gonna be a spike
Mhm.
because it's already been spikes in states where it hasn't been. Like look at Texas.
Mhm.
They got rid of the mask mandate. In
Mhm.
2 months, 3,500 people died, and that was Texas.
Jesus.
So never say that these people never. I never get why these people say facts don't care about your feelings because these will be the people that facts
Don't
don't
like
matter.
facts.
Facts don't matter. All they care about is book my feelings, and it's like,
You want to make the libs mad?
yeah, we gonna own the libs by not being able to breathe.
Exactly.
I've never understood that. I just I don't understand that way of people actually thinking. But of course, tis not for me to understand. Tis only for me to make fun of the idiots that
Mhm.
think that they're owning the libs. Which is kind of sad because
Mhm.
you know, of course, I make videos talking about how these people are stupid, but
Yeah.
it's never the. It's always the thought leader. It's never the actual people. You know what I mean? It's just like
Mhm.
if you're following somebody who's a fucking idiot, I feel sad for you. But the actual idiots themselves, I don't know, but you get no sympathy from me because
Right.
you're making a fucking buck off of it.
Yeah.
That's why I tend not to try to go after bigger creators. I mean smaller creators because some of them, yes, they're trying to extend their brand, but some of them are
Mhm.
just they bought into the fucking hype.
Pardon?
I said some of them have actually just bought into the hype. So it's just like,
Yeah.
so I actually meant to ask. I didn't ask the other day. How did you come across the channel?
So, you posted a link to one of your videos, I think it was, on one of those subreddits, and so I was like, okay, I'll check out this channel. So I started watching like some of your videos, and so far, like since I've found you, I've started watching like more and more of your videos.
Yeah. I don't know if it's between me just like a natural shit starter or me actually want to help. Sometimes I post shit that I know that I piss people off on. Like, and it's just so fucking fun. Sometimes it's process of getting people to think about something
Right.
So yes, I may post that a certain creator may actually be. Um, I don't want to put it. I don't. How do I say this? They may be promoting something that may be against their own interests in the hopes of trying to get fame or fortune. But it's never really to just dog that creator. It's just to point out the to the people
Hmm.
that may follow them, like, yo, this person is kind of dog shit. But and you know that most people don't want to hear that because they're thinking like,
Hmm. That's like their personal hero or something.
yeah,
Gross.
uh, so this has been a while since I've actually did this. It's cool. What do you tend to actually go to as far as your personal philosophy?
Um. So, have you ever done one of like those political compass tests?
Yes, I actually had a video of it, and people like they're
Oh
dog
my
shit. They don't do. I'm like, it's just a guideline, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, like when I did one that Vosh mentioned, like not the one that idiot Ben Shapiro did. It turned out like the results I got was like libertarian socialist, which kind of surprised me because I felt like I lean more left. It's like pro-choice and like anti-death what's it called death penalty, which we don't really have in Canada. So
Oh, you're a Canuck. Oh, wow,
yeah, yeah,
wow, that must be fun.
yeah. Apparently, like I learned this year too, like that Stephen Crowder is also from Canada, and
So is Jordan
I hope
Peterson.
yeah,
So is
yeah,
Gavin
he's kind of
McInnes.
a yeah, the guy who shoved the butt plug up his ass.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
not fun. Hey,
we're not sending our best right now.
at least you didn't find out this that fucking Dim Pool is from Chicago.
Ugh.
Yes, that.
Although we do have Thought Slime, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the Surfs.
Hmm. Are they Canadian?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Vancouver. Yes.
Nice. Because one of my friends was like, "Oh, you should check out BreadTube, the subreddit," and that's where I start like watching some of those like left wing videos, like Vosh and what was the other one? Rational National. He's also Canadian.
Yes.
He's pretty good, but his videos are like usually pretty short.
See, one of the things that I find myself like, I don't want to actually come off as highly informational. I provide facts,
Hmm.
but I don't want to be that. Oh yeah, I'm like, it's serious for me, but it's not.
Hmm.
I use BreadTube subreddit sometimes, but there are some things in the BreadTube subreddit that, let's just say, there are some things in the BreadTube subreddit where it's just like, and it was actually a big thing where sometimes they're not inclusive with people that don't make video essays. So, in other words, if you're not the video essayist, a lot of people don't like certain content in BreadTube.
Hmm.
And it's like, you got to have a diversity of tactics.
Yeah.
But I know where the I know where it comes from, where people are expressive. I'm gonna say
Hmm.
expressive from like the video essays, and it's just like, because I know those kids in high school when I was in high school. I knew what they did, they dealt with, and sometimes
Mhm.
RedTube is like a really safe space, and sometimes I feel we need to change that because
For sure.
it's gatekeeping and all that other good shit. So that's why you
Yeah, I
see.
think like for example, sorry, not to interrupt you, but like for example, like Destiny, I think a lot of people just like watching him like shit on people, like especially lefties.
Oh no, Destiny is he's a petulant child where
Yeah.
most of his positions come from I'm upset, I'm mad,
Mhm.
and because I don't like you, I don't like what you stand for. It reminds me of have you ever watched
Mhm.
there's a series online called Sword Art Online Abridged.
I've watched like the original, like the first season of the original anime, but I haven't seen like the abridged version.
There's a scene where they rewrote Kirito's personality
Oh
where
gosh.
basically the first before they transform them back to their real selves, and they have
Hmm.
Klein. He had on his top of his thing is called Balls Deep 69, like a joke character,
Oh my god.
and he says, and he was like he constantly like my name is Klein. It's like no nah, and of course they write Kirito as the weeb is a bad word for it because they're literally in Japan. But those constantly I'm super master of MMO characters and I'm a
Hmm.
badass. Yeah, they write him as that, and he
Oh
spouts
god.
this long, drawn ass explanation of like why this pebble was just great. And Klein says, "I have a feeling that you get beat up a lot in real life." And he snaps back, "Shut up! Here I have power." And that just encapsulates what Destiny is. Destiny is that kid that's like, no, here I have power, so I can say what I want, but would cry and whine and bitch as soon as somebody makes him look
Hmm.
bad. And it doesn't even have to be a big slight; it can be a small slight,
Hmm.
something that
Hmm.
Destiny felt is beneath him, but it hurts his feelings. That's why Big Joe got under his skin. He was like, you know what you're saying just sounds stupid. And he went on a 30-40 minute rant about how these rich white kids they had their parents' money and I was poor. Motherfucker, you don't know what poor is. Yes, you may have been inconvenienced in what was it, Idaho, Iowa, not like some southwestern state. Like, you want to do that shit again in like a real bad neighborhood? Something tells me you. Oh, I got robbed once and I got upset. Like, haha, isn't that cute? You think you were impressed? So, this is my thing. Like, I've known kids like him. I come from the bad side of the town.
Right.
No, you don't. You may come from a lesser part of town than the rich people, but I ain't coming from a bad side of town, dog. Own what you have. Like, yeah, you may have faced something. Like, not discounting your 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 lived experience, but
Hmm.
you didn't grow up like I grew up. So yeah. All right, let's start this town and see what happens. But that's just how I feel about that. Anyway, but yeah, go ahead. You got libertarian socialists, which is
Yeah.
it's not it's not as bad as it actually seems because it's basically like, hey, we need to protect people and like let's not make too
Hmm.
many crazy rules to like stop people's liberty,
Yeah.
which is a good thing because I like personal liberty.
Hmm.
I know I did
It's
it.
not like those other libertarians.
Well, that was just like co-op shit. Like, how how the hell you gonna cold block shit, man? Like for real, for real. And,
Hmm.
and it's never really actual libertarian principles. It's I don't want to have to pay for other people to get shit. So yeah, libertarian. Yeah, haha, libertarian. But you know, never never let the actual definition get in the way of a good fucking time, right?
Exactly.
One of the things that happened with me is I wouldn't say I came to progressivism like late. I didn't know what to call it when I decided like what my beliefs were. So I effectively I've always been a little bit different from people's I've always been different from people's understanding of how politics works. And I am actually very close from a millennial. I'm a millennial that's actually pretty close to a Gen Xer
Right.
because I was born in '82.
Right.
God damn, I'm old.
Not that old.
I know. For my political beliefs, I am actually somebody that's older. But yeah, I've actually came to progressivism. I guess what I will say is this, and I'll actually correct it. There, for a long time, there weren't voices that would actually speak out into like the proliferation of the internet until about 2012 or 13. Because for
Hmm.
a while, you only had cable networks like MSNBC, and it kept you pacified. But in a lot of cases, it didn't because they would never go far enough. And the people that did go further, well, they didn't stay on MSNBC for long. Keep Olbermann,
Hmm.
um, people like Cenk Uygur, people like Ed Schultz. But yeah, you didn't really see those people stand on those cable networks for long because
Right.
they rock the boat too much. And of course, growing up when I did, I had a lot of influences from. I hate to say it, like I had a lot of anime influences about shit, so it caused me to learn about different parts of the world. So, like
Nothing wrong
growing
with
up,
like liking anime.
yeah, well, it wasn't just like learning about anime, but also
Mm.
learning about different stuff. Like, okay, let's go back to the classics because some of these stories that you read about in classic literature are actually fucking fun. Like, even though it was like some horrible shit that went on in it, like, man,
Right.
if you actually go back and read the Odyssey, that's actually pretty fun. And it didn't help that they had I guess they had Vanessa Williams playing Callisto in the NBC movie. She looked amazing in that movie.
I didn't know there was a movie.
Oh yeah, NBC actually for a while there they were actually making movies of classic stories. So like they made Merlin with Sam Neill. They made a few of these movies that were actually pretty good. It was before they tried to do the live. Fuck, what was that? The live. God damn it, where they musical, the live musicals. So NBC made a live musical, like uninterrupted musical of The Sound of Music,
Right.
and it was so cringy. I guess it wasn't, but like still, no. Fox tried to do a Christmas Carol. That was no, that was cringy. Um, NBC also did like I think they did Peter Pan and Little Mermaid. Yeah, no.
So, like, is your family like more democratic leaning or uh, conservative leaning?
My family is more socially conservative, but um, because of the civil rights movement, and some of my family were actually active in the civil rights movement. They're
Oh
more
wow.
democratic, but then again, too, they come from a generation that knows what those tendencies are. So it wasn't
Right.
just like, oh yeah, we're like no, like they were part of the movement. Um, they were part of the movement at that time. So um, one of the things that actually kind of cemented my views on workers is too. My father was part of the Chicago Plumber Union, Chicago's City Plumbers Union. So
Okay.
you know how the fact that unions are bad. It's like no, this motherfucker always like when he wasn't actually actively working. He they actually took care of their union people. So it's just one of those things where it's like bullshit when you see bullshit, and especially if you had certain lived experiences.
Right.
So let me ask this: when it comes to politics, how do you guys like, especially if you're not in the U.S., but you see a lot of politics that's centered on the U.S. Like, does that like bother you, or does it just like, well, we're dragging along with the U.S. with most of the shit we have to deal with anyway?
Kind of depends. Like, or
You're going in and out.
like we get dragged in. Trump supporters in Canada. Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
like some of the law, like the criminal law is like similar, but like the war stuff. Like I wish we didn't have to. Almost. Does that make sense?
No, I get it, and it's just like it's what Britain did with us for a while, and what we turned around and did with Britain. Um,
Mhm.
it would just be so many interesting questions I would actually have, like your opinion on Trudeau.
Like I voted liberal, because I thought he was his platform, like his policies and what he wanted to do was good. But the second election, I voted NDP, which is like the New Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more, I would say it's more left leaning.
Is
Because like
it?
even in Canada, like our liberals aren't that liberal.
I forgot what the guy's name. His last name is Sang. He like leads that
Uh,
party, right?
Jagmeet Singh, yeah.
Yeah, because I actively heard about him on the surfs,
Hmm.
where yeah, it's like he's a, more progressive than Trudeau, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not hard to be more progressive than somebody that did blackface in college, right?
Oh god, yeah, that was embarrassing.
or wait for it. Um, had his mother and brother on the payroll on a special like anti-bullying campaign.
Oh lord.
Oh, I follow politics too much. I think I need to get a
It's
life.
kind of, it's kind of like the Kardashians for me. Like it's interesting to hear like the American perspectives and like what's going on in their country or your country. They don't always cover like Canadian politics, which is fine.
At least you don't get made fun of about saying a boot.
Yeah, or like that we all live in igloos.
Oh God. I know one thing. I know that I actually want to take a trip outside of the country. I haven't personally,
Mm-hmm.
because one, I have
Totally.
work, just work and responsibilities, but I would like
Yeah.
to take a trip outside of the country.
Have you ever had a donair?
No, what is that?
It's kind of like a wrap, with beef and like kind of like sweet sauce, but you can mix it with other things. But if you ever like come to Nova Scotia, which is like more or less like the home of the donair, I'll treat you to one.
I will look into that because after this whole pandemic shit,
Hmm.
I really think I need to actually go and do some things like get my passport, maybe
Yes.
because eventually I want to actually start doing things as far as my art career instead of having to slave away at a freaking call center job for 10 hours a day.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not fun at all.
Yeah, I worked at one for like a couple months and it kind of sucked.
Oh, I've been working call center jobs for the last 11 years. And this is why
Ugh.
I'm halfway insane. Yeah, I've been working call center jobs since I was like, I want to say 25. Yes,
Hmm.
it's not been fun at all.
It's probably a little bit better than fast food.
It is. The thing about it is, I respect people that do fast food because um, the sad part about it is, as much as people like shit on fast food workers, um,
It's hard
it's hard. It is very hard, and I don't understand why people like to shit on them.
because I don't understand.
It's one of those things where you get a lot of people that how do I put it? They get
Don't
stepped
have
on.
manners.
Well, they get stepped on so much throughout their life, so they feel they need to denigrate somebody else.
Yep.
And
Like
that
cops.
oh god,
They get a little bit of power, like as like a manager or assistant manager, and woo.
here I have power. Like yeah, like a lot of these people are just shit people. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
take all of that. It doesn't take all of that. But I know it's just a
Hmm.
lot of people just feel beaten down, and like that's why I have some sympathy with these people. But at some point, you got to be like, yo, I can't treat people like this.
Right.
At some point, that human empathy will have to kick in.
Hmm.
We're still waiting for it for most conservatives, but eventually it'll have to happen.
One day.
One thing that I don't like is people that, and like, if you'll see it with a lot of people, hell, you see it with like Destiny. People that flip their political alignment because of who pissed them off. Like, you'll see people. One classic example. I don't know if you ever
Hmm.
heard of somebody called Peter Kaufman.
Yeah, but I don't know a whole lot about him.
Well, Peter, he, excuse me, they came, they originally had a show and they were kind of on the edges of right wing edgy.
Hmm.
But what happened is they had a scandal where somebody basically catfished them for like a few years, and it did not turn out well. It did not turn out well at all.
Hmm.
And then they went like the full, oh, well then, because this happened to me, I'm going to speak about it. And Peter, like, went like real left. And so they actually had a problem with the Democratic Party. And so they start like rah rah and like, oh, the Democratic Party failed and we hate Hillary Clinton. I'm like, Peter, come on, come on, come on. Like you can have that whole thing, but don't celebrate that the Democratic establishment lost because we got the fascists. It's it's like the Jimmy Dore thing. Jimmy Dore is another one like, oh, I hate the Democratic Party. But you fuck around and are celebrating the actual fucking fascists. And that's never fun. When people do that, when you see that, is it about your is it about the problem that you have with the parties, or is it your personal issues with certain people? And people like that never address it. They try to rationalize it after, but we all see.
Hmm.
All right, so maybe I can actually have decent looking game coming from this. So, favorite gaming system, if you can just name one. Current,
PS4.
current, past, it doesn't matter. Just favorite gaming system.
I think it would be PS4 first, and then PS1 second.
Okay, great. Why?
I think the PlayStation 1 was like the first console I had, and I got to play like Spyro and a couple other like similar games. And that got me into like I was already kind of into gaming, but like it was even more into gaming when I started playing the PlayStation 1. Because like back when I was a kid, I just had like those little computer games that were like 8-bit or less than that. I think it was like maybe even 6-bit. Pretty much like Snake. But I was born in '88, so
That's wait. That's not. Okay, I don't want to say
I
this.
know it's not that old, but like for me,
But we had better games than just Snake. I mean, like, come
I
on.
can't remember what it was called. It had this weird game. It had games that were like very like graphically limited. I just can't remember what it was called.
I know. For me, I had the original Atari, or the
Hmm.
Atari 7600. So that was the thing, or 7800. I just know I had the last model Atari that they made. Then I had of course, the NES,
Hmm.
the Super NES, and the Sega Genesis. Um, and then of course I had the once I went from there, I went to the PlayStation. I've actually been PlayStation ever since because I like RPGs,
Hmm.
and for me, RPGs are games that are immensely fun. So much so
Have
that
you?
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have you tried Horizon Zero Dawn?
oh, you have. Oh, you haven't watched my back catalog.
Not yet. Working my way back.
Oh, I actually have it. I
Nice.
played it because basically, one of my things with my channel is, it's this is probably the third incarnation of it, where I've
Hmm.
actually had it was just where I had gaming. Because when you start YouTube, I just do gaming, and then
Right.
you do politics. So actually, back not too long ago, you would actually see me doing the politics while I'll be playing a game, like a simple game. That
Hmm.
my computer like started to show signs that it couldn't handle it, so I just condensed the politics. And I don't know, I may
Hmm.
actually just go do like 1 or 2 streams a week. What's up? What's up, Jay? We're just sitting back talking shit. Like it's nothing
Hmm.
that big. We're just sitting back talking shit. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm waiting for the Forbidden West because
Same.
I fucking love that game.
It's so good.
And it got so good that a lot of different engines actually started using the engine that they had because basically the way the game loads, it doesn't load everything at once. It actually loads what you see. So the dynamic placement of the trees are
Hmm.
dynamically placed. So you get like certain things that aren't dynamic, like the path is static, but the little wildlife and all that other good shit, they paint an area with certain conditions, and then they put everything else dynamic. So if you go into
Hmm.
the northern biome, it's gonna be there, but like certain little placements of trees, now that's generated right there with the engine at that particular time.
Hmm.
And I know too much tech about that. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I'm nerding out about that. That's why. Oh, look, a new subject. Oh, I yeah, sure. Anyway, but what did you like about that game? Maybe that's something that maybe we can actually see a little bit of a difference from how you like that game versus what I like about the game.
Hmm. I really like the character designs and like the enemy designs, and just like it's a very pretty game. Like with all the um different like landscapes and the artwork, like and the characters, like not just like the main character. I did not like the bear enemies though.
Oh, the Frozen North. Oh, oh. You just used a sling on them, right?
Oh yeah, but I'd rather fight the T-Rex than them.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that particular one because yeah, I would just use the sling on them and just have at it all. Like just like yo, like pop pop pop.
Mhm.
Like the sling was my go-to weapon, but I am not gonna lie. Like I did like sitting back and sniping because it was
Yeah,
fun. Of course, it was fun.
archery's pretty cool.
The only things that I fucking hated was fucking hawks
Oh yeah, they're a pain in the ass too.
because they were so just it made you want to like because you couldn't actually what is it? You couldn't actually the focus bar wasn't as good as it should have been. It didn't hold as much
Mhm.
as it should have been. That pissed me off. It's just like, come on now, for real, y'all really gonna do this to me? Because it will always run out. Now, the one enemies that I wanted to just like actively harm people for developing those are the mold rat motherfuckers, the little digging things. I wanted to actually actively hurt people for making those. That wasn't fun at all. I actively want to just like, hey, yeah, Guerrilla Studios, like go to hell quickly with gasoline draws on.
You would get along with one of my friends. He loves Asphalt so much. This racing game on Switch.
I actually don't have Switch. I kind of feel bad because like I actually have a Vita. Like what triggered me about Nintendo is that the good games that they like to make, they stopped making them. It was a Super Nintendo game called The Illusion of Gaia.
Illusion of Gaia.
The Illusion of Gaia, yes. It was one of those things where it was just like it was just a great action RPG. It had the same similar character art as Chrono Trigger. And yeah, it was actually a really great game. It was an action RPG, so it wasn't turn based, but they didn't really do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
A Link into the Past was actually really good, but again, Nintendo gave up its RPG roots because, well, Square left, because Nintendo kind of screwed them over with the whole development of the PlayStation. Because it was originally supposed to be a Nintendo CD game, basically. They even produced some of it. Some people actually bought it, but it just died on the vine. And Sony was like, "Okay, you don't want to do this? Why don't we do it?" And there you have it, PlayStation. Which is ironic because a lot of the games companies now are just the fault of so many other companies fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
So the only reason we have Microsoft, um, the Xbox, is because Sega imploded on itself. The original Xbox was Sega Saturn with DirectX.
Hmm.
Oh god, I know too much about nerd shit. I
Nothing
promise
wrong
you,
with
I'm
that.
not a nerd.
There's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
So, what were some of your favorite games on PlayStation One?
Well, of course, the original Spyro and Spyro 2. I didn't really have a lot of games. They were kind of poor.
See,
I'm just looking at that Gaia game now.
I never played Spyro.
Oh, I had Crash Bandicoot. That was fun. And the racing game, I think.
See, I guess because of the age that I had PlayStation, I thought
Mm-hmm.
games like Gran Turismo 2 was actually like the pinnacle of like Sony's game on PlayStation 1. Like I freaking love Gran Turismo 2 and Gran Turismo 3 when it came out on PlayStation 2. It was just one of those things where it's just like I was one of those crazy motherfuckers that would actually sit back and do the endurance races.
Jeez.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably how I learned how to drive. Because I had the steering wheel and everything. Like I actually had the steering wheel. So yeah, it was it was different. And I make no I make no apologies for actually learning how to drive from playing a racing game.
If it works.
Yeah, it did work. Um, Unfortunately, you don't get that type of immersion with games now. Like, especially like a lot of the drive sims,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get that now. And It's kind of disappointing.
I've seen some cool like racing stuff though.
I think for me, what I would really want is the actual rig as well as a VR headset. That's also something that I want to actually eventually get. It doesn't look like Sony is going to actually change much, or it's going to be able to use the VR headset for PlayStation 5 the same as PlayStation 4. So eventually, I'm going to have to go ahead and get that shit. And it seems like it seems like it's worth it, but again, that's one of the things that Sony didn't actually provide a lot of support for because they didn't provide a lot of support for it. It kind of fell by the wayside. It's still stuff coming out for it, but not as much as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
And what time is it? Holy shit! I keep forgetting. Yeah, time is a thing.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I got this new. Reason why I chose City Skylines today because I got a new DLC, and it's for industries, which is kind of different from the base game. And now that I'm trying out, it's actually pretty fun. So, is it pretty warm in Canada all the time, or is it just like temperate weather? Did I lose you? Did I lose you? I don't know what happened. I can't hear you. Try to get back in. I think so. All right. So while we're waiting for Thunder to get back in, okay, shit. Okay, I gotta do this. Oh, it's got power. Let's build some more buildings. Um, all right. We got this tractor. Shit. This is actually an interesting expansion to this game. I you some of the things that would have came automatically are actually coming up with like you have to come up with other different shit. And this is why this is actually interesting because I want to bring this one up because Sawmill. Come on. As soon as this comes up, there we go. Alright, that should actually get power. Okay, yeah. Cat power. I wonder if this is actually going to work to make it work better. Hmm. All right, so oh shit. This is interesting. All right, so I want to do this. So I want to actually highlight this building. Okay. Portion main building sets us an unassigned industry type to add to forest industry. It works as the industry's headquarters for the city's vehicles. Okay, let's see. Hmm. So what the do I have to do? I know they're unhappy. Shut up. Okay, so let's see something. See if she came back. All right. All right, Thunder. Yeah, great talking to you. I actually may just hop off myself because I am fucking tired and it's hot, and I want to turn my fan up higher. So this is I don't know. I'm still working with this. I may actually get on a little bit later in well tomorrow. I may get on tomorrow. It actually wait. Do I have to build more timber places? Wait, is that what it is? Wait a minute. Okay. So okay. Wait, what? All right. So maybe small forest storage business is placed out. Okay. Got that. Oh, so they're bringing the stuff to me now. Okay, cool. Yay. Ooh. All right, guys. I'm actually gonna cut it off here. I wanted to start this city. I'm gonna actually see me. You're gonna see me do some other stuff to it. I want to thank everybody who's coming. I want to thank Thunder for actually joining the Discord chat. I do this shit every other weekend or some shit. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe, and thank you for watching. Here, let's go back to take it away, Richard.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism.
Yeah, I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other. They find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but...
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
the system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's
Is
all
that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?